If you're gonna try to get good at something, you're gonna want to look at the winners in that niche, because obviously they know something that you don't that is helping them move forward. So in this video, I gathered a handful of pros to give me their best tip for the operator. And I guarantee you're not gonna want to miss it, because some of this could change your gameplay forever. Alright, for our first pro, we have Hibana. And we have Poison. Poison, want to introduce yourself?
What's up, guys? I'm Poison. I'm from Aerial Rise, a Rainbow Six Siege team, and I'm the hard support IG. I'm just going to be giving you guys a couple tips on Cafe Bar Cocktail, one of my favorite bomb sites and maps in the game.
Cool. So what is your best tip for Hibana?
If you ricochet your flashbangs, you can, instead of like throwing it on the ground like I'm showing, like, and bouncing where it won't really hit or they'll have a lot of time to get away, if you bounce your flash on the top of the hash like this, and then it drops, it will flash them in there, drop off that, I run in, and then boom, that's a kill. Because the meat will stand right here with the shotgun holding your drop.
And you can come
So
up
to
here
start, I always spawn river docks. This map is spawn peak central, so this spawn itself, there is a lot of spawn peaks. But once I get out of spawn, I'll usually go to mining balcony or rappel up to the roof, depending. So a really important part of Cafe attacking Bar Cocktail is dealing with a pixel shield. So usually if they're not running Azami or Azami's banned, a lot of teams will elect to put a shield pixel. So usually you'll want to have some sort of grenades or someone go ticket window or stage window, one of these windows. And I actually have a lineup where if I stand here, a big dilemma is when trying to burn for a pixel shield, they'll like shoot you through ticket window or shoot you from like CS. Or cigar shop, whatever, CS. So I actually can stand here, and if I look at where I just shot that bullet, and I throw a flash, I could burn the pixel shield from right here. So if I just burn the pixel shield at the start from right here, throw as many flashes as needed, and I have a teammate with nades or Zoe or Gon 6 on ticket window, we could get the pixel shield done right at the start of the round. So it's a very safe and easy way to get that done. That's something that will help you a lot when attacking. Then I'll come up to the roof. Usually, if needed, I'll two-pel at the red hashes, but usually, you'll be running some sort of other operator to open red hashes. So first thing I try to do with Hibana is 8-pellet this ticket wall far left. The reason I always do crouch far left. The reason you want to do it crouch far left is this: you could do it right side, but technically if you do it right side, the guy playing in piano doesn't need to expose himself as hard to contest you walking in ticket. So in theory, it's better to open it hard right, because then they could stand here and contest you, but they actually, if you open it far left, they have to stand way further out. But I'm gonna go back to the roof here. If you could stand in a cigar shop,
yeah,
like break like the hut, and like act like you're like me with a shotgun.
Word.
So a lot of the time you'll see, I like shoot out a hole and like just put your head in it, like the view. So a lot of the time you'll be seeing people hold cigar shop. It's not something you'll see every round, but it's something you'll need to deal with a lot, and it can make dropping this red hash a little bit scary. So one tip I'll show you guys is for dealing with a guy in this hut. Definitely play it confidently. I see a lot of people scared to drop this hatch. You really can't be scared. But you can actually, if you ricochet your flashbangs, you can, instead of like throwing it on the ground like I'm showing, like, and bouncing where it won't really hit or they'll have a lot of time to get away, if you bounce your flash on the top of the hash like this, and then it drops, it will flash them in there, drop off that, I run in, and then boom, that's a kill. Because the meat will stand right here with the shotgun holding your drop. You flash, I would say wait like a half second, because they'll usually shotgun once just to try to kill you while flash, and then you could quickly capitalize off that and go kill the mute in CS. Or if you throw the flash, or if you know the mute's standing on this drone hole, you could flash down and kill him there. So once you deal with CS, you got the pixel shield out of the way. We're kind of getting into not really an execute position, but like a mid round. So at this point, with the rest of my Hibana pellets, basically your team, you're going to want to decide what kind of take you want to do. Are you doing for a take where you're more kind of taking into pixel and working up like Whitehall, Freezer, like a more like open-ended take, I guess? Or do you just want to keep it clean, and usually you'd want to do is send a guy heaven window and keep like 2 guys CS, and then you may leave a guy like an air jab or someone holding this pixel corner. So if you're going for this long bar kind of take, usually you want to put a guy heavy window with nades or flashes, a guy skylight, 2 guys in CS, and 1 guy holding your pixel. And then I can use these Hibanas for the C1 wall you can try to open. and that would be more of a long bar flood kind of execute. You set it up, your guy swings in heavy window, you walk in CS door, you hopefully Hibana the C1 wall so they can't really play, and then you kind of flood off that. That'd be one execute you do with Hibana. I don't have any more Hibana pellets, but the other one would be more if you're looking to take into like White Hall. So I would say if you're taking into Pixel and this kind of stuff and going for more of a White Hall flood, the guy who is on a Heaven window, you'd actually want to put him on White Stairs window instead, because if he upside down repels on White Stairs window, the defense won't be able to play White Stairs. So then if I had more Hibanas, I could use my Hibanas to deal with any bathroom reinforcements, any freezer reinforcements I wanted to open. Sometimes you'll see holes, sometimes you'll see double reinforced. There's a million different ways to play it. So any Hibanas I could open as needed. You put your guy White Stairs window, and then you'd usually, you basically flip the positions. You'd leave a guy CS to hold for like your aggro, maybe a guy Skylight to also hold, and then you do 2 guys Pixel, and then the guy White Stairs would hold White Stairs, and then you double walk Pixel, and then you can kind of fight stacks, the wood stacks by yourself, and then you kind of have a trade, and then can kind of White Hall flood. This attack is more for like a 4 kills when you go White Hall, but I would say if you go long bar, you do have an option to plant sometimes. If you kill the guy C1, you could plant in the bar.
Okay, yeah, you want to show like some plant spots so people know like where to plant on.
So yeah, some plant spots. So it's pretty common for this bar to be destroyed, but if it isn't destroyed, it's a fine plant spot. The only issue with this plant spot is that you can't see it from the skylight, so it's not like an ideal post plant, but it is very safe to get to. You do need to be careful though of a guy going freezer and trying to wallbang you. So your skylight player needs to be very diligent, or you need a guy playing around this new Bao Shaiko area to watch that. So the B1 plant spot it's like an optional plant spot. It's not like a one you'll do every time. And then if you see a setup where they double reinforce the freezer wall and you take pixel control, you can open up this trash wall. And if you open up this trash wall perfect. You can literally, if you do it right and you open up the trash wall, you can literally plant right on the bridge. And if you do it right, the guy freezer can't see you, the guy C1 can't see you, and you could just plant right here on this and have cover. So that's another option. That's best if freezer walls are double reinforced and you take up to pixel, so you have a guy holding your White Hall. Then you also have 2 more plant spots if you're going for a long bar flood and you kill this guy C1 and your guy swung in heaven window. At this point, you have a guy skylight, you have a guy heaven, so it's very good to actually plant on this bar right here. Even though it seems like it's a bit open, your guy heaven window will hold your cocktail, and your guy skylight will hold your 2 freezer doors, and then your pixel's already covered. So you can plant here, and then when you plant here, you have an easy post plant from skylight, so it's basically unwinnable. Yeah. Another option for this long bar flood is if the guy C1, you aren't able to kill him, but you kind of mess with him a lot, you can actually, if there aren't holes in this bar right here, you can plant in the bar. This would be a little bit like of a thug plant spot, but you could plant here, though it might be a guy C1, but you could just say, screw it, I'm just going to plant here, and then again, you have a post plant from skylight. So yeah, I would say those are the main plant spots that I would say are ideal.
Cool, yeah, I mean, you explained it really, really well. So what about your loadout on Hibana? What's your loadout looking like?
Yeah, I just do Type 89 1.5 and Bearing 9 with the Reflex A. Bearing 9 is a really underrated weapon. I get so many kills with this thing. It's for close quarters, it kills so fast. So I would say use this Bearing 9 whenever you can. It's really strong.
How about grips and muzzles or barrels?
I use Vert and Flash Hider on Type 89 and Flash Hider on the Bearing, and yeah, I would say 1.5. I'm not a big fan of running anything above a 1.5, like 2.0 or 2.5. I just like 1.5 only. You also do see teams in Pro League situationally running Hibana shotgun Supernova, which is very strong, but it's not something you do as a default, more like a one-time thing. For example, dropping Oregon box hatch, you see, because if it's very close quarters and you're dropping with Hibana and flashing people, the Supernova is a good one-time thing, but it's not like something you're gonna be running every round, like, oh, this is my default Hibana setup. Like, it's just a quick little
yeah,
thing.
Definitely seen that a lot this major, like a lot of people running like Hibana shotgun. And
yeah, it's worked really well too from what I've seen. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, what is 3 bombs at the top of your head that you would bring the Hibana shotgun on?
Hibana shotgun, Oregon basement, you could go through bunker, you could go through box hatch. I would say actually this one on your basement bomb site. I've seen a couple teams actually they would clear vertical. They'd put a guy above on freezer vert. they'd have a guy go brown stairs or booth window to kind of hold this whiskey swing, and then they'd bring their Hibana, open up this garage wall, the freezer hatch, whatever, and they'd run Hibana shotgun, flash, and then push up this white hall and kill this guy. That's actually happened to me in scrims before against pro teams, so I would be ready for that one. And then one more, let's think off the top of my head. I've also seen Nighthaven Labs attacking top floor. You see that aquarium area. I've seen Hibanas walk in that door off like a flash and just quickly shot, because it's very common for the defense to play a shotgun to hold that door, but you have peeker's advantage and they won't expect you to be on attack, be running out the window with a shotgun. So that's like 3 bomb sets. I'd say that it could be valuable.
All right, thank you, Poison, and let's move on to the next operator now. So next up we have Cade, and I'm here with a pro player, Spiff from Beast Coast. So Spiff, what is your best tip for Cade?
Alright, well, on Chalet, there's 2 Cade spots you can put, which it'll be pretty hard for an attacker to find. One of them's right here on the and it gets one part of the trench wall. It doesn't get both, but it does get this side, so you could try to place another one like in the site, like in a hidden spot, but that one works. And also another one you could put for the long angle wall is you can make a hole in this dining table, you throw it down right here. It's pretty hard to find, and then when you go down you'll see they're both caded, so they can't get the long angle from big garage.
Oh, true. Is there a way to cade both of these walls, or does it only get one?
It only gets one, but you could just put another cade or bring a bandit or mute for the other side.
Got it. Yeah, I think actually a pretty good hole off the side. So what about loadout wise in case? Should they use SMG or should they use the TCSG? Like, what's better?
Majority of the time you should probably use the shotgun, so you can help the team like make holes, you know. Like for this bomb site, like depending on how you want to play it, you can make a line of sight on this wall, make like a default rotate, you know. And then yeah, just any site really, you could just help your team by making your rotates.
Not bad. So like in a normal round, you know, how can a Cade player best help his team?
You know, with the shotgun, it's best to hold like, you know, long angles. You go like pixels, so if you hold like a pixel and you just see their body, like one shot, you're gonna do a good chunk of damage to them. So just by like shooting like an enemy once, like you don't even need to get the kill. That will already help your team.
So like holding pixels, you would recommend, and kind of just taking like safe shots.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, definitely just hits really hard. It's like a 2 or 3 shot from any distance.
Yeah.
Nice. How about like K tricking? Do you recommend people K trick, or is it just kind of like put it and leave it?
Yeah, I do recommend K tricking. It's just if you play against like smart players and Thatcher's up, like K tricking is gonna be almost impossible because they could just double Thatch. But if Thatcher is banned, you should always try to K trick.
Okay, we'll keep that in mind then. Well, moving on to the next operator now. The next operator I have Lesion, and I'm here with a pro player for wildcard, and this is Adam. So take it away. What is your best tip for Lesion?
My best tip for Lesion would be hiding goo mines under staircases, for it can give the defenders an advantage of knowing where the attackers are coming from, and you can swing off the audio. And also too, you can also hide Lesion mines on doorways, because they do have a proxy radius because they buffed it, and a lot of attackers are not going to be looking down the bottom, so that'll show help out the defenders too. And what I like to do on Clubhouse, I like to roam on main to shoot drones and fall back into sight to impact trick the kitchen hatch for any hard breachers to stall out.
How long would you say you should be on the roam for?
Me personally, I like to shoot maybe 1 to 2 drones and just to stall out as much time as possible, because Church Arsenal, in my opinion, is the best site on Clubhouse. But yet again, it can go either way. What I also like to do with goo mines, I like to throw my goo mines onto default plant spots such as dark, because you cannot plant while you have a goo mine stuck in you. Which is personally is my favorite thing to do.
That's actually, yeah, I don't think that's not pretty common of Legion players to put them in common spots like that.
Yes, with Lesion, how they buffed him recently by giving damage back to his goo mines. I just think he's really strong. On the loadout I like to run obviously the T5 with vertical grip, flash hider, hollow, and the second guy I like to run the super shorty with laser and the reflex sight. Makes him really strong on the roam as well, even on site.
Next, we have Azami, and I'm here with the #1 Xbox champ, as well as a PC pro player. I have Asian. So Asian, what is your best tip for Azami?
Yeah, so Azami's actually like a insane op for holding like death spots like CC, and a lot of ranked players don't know that CC is a pretty important part of the map, especially when people are trying to take armory. Usually ranked players just give up CC, and then the thermite just main wall open or aces it. But with Azami, you can hold this down with a bunch of Kiba setups. So I'm gonna show you. So with Azami, you wanna run, first of all, you wanna run barbed wire, and at the start of the round, you wanna run out here, and you wanna place a piece of barbed wire right here. But like, don't be scared of this. It's gonna say you're detected pretty fast. They can't shoot you and spawn fast enough. So you're gonna place that, and you wanna ask your teammates to make a rotate right here, since you're gonna be running wire, and reinforce this wall right here on the left, and this right one. Okay, now for the
any specific explanation for these reinforcements?
So this break door player right here, he can't wallbang you when you're crossing back as much. It gives you a safe spot to play. You can see a little bit right here, but and this reinforcement is so the east player can't wallbang you when you're playing in box. You're safe for box. You can't wallbang you.
Yeah, that's good for anybody wondering.
Alright, now for the Kibas. This first one's probably one of the most important. This one's for the CC window. So if somebody tries creeping up on the CC window, you're safe sitting right here. And there's two variations of this one, but I prefer throwing my Kiba for right here. Some people throw it in the soda can. Either's good, but as long as you don't get shot from break door. But your main goal right here is to like waste time. So you want to cycle between playing like this Kiba, you come back to box, and you also want to play this door right here as well. You can run out, pre-fire. You hear the barbed wire coming up. You pre-fire, and like when you play on this door, come here. This is a pretty important spot. Like most like good players will like go under a nade, but that's what the Kibas are to like run around. So this is probably like that's what this is on me for the break door. They can't.
Yeah, I always like to nade this door right here.
Exactly. So this is what the next Kiba is for. So if you want to rotate back to here without getting shot, you throw this up. And it's a one-way for if they jump in CC window on you. And so you won't get naded from here. You can run back, cycle, kill the guy jumping in, come back. You're safe from break door. And like these three Kibas can be replaced. Like if they destroy this, you still have 2 more Kibas left.
Okay, so how long should you play in this spot for?
Honestly, you should play till you die. Play here till they push you. And if they're doing an East take, I think even holding CC is pretty important for an East take. Like, you could impact this wall right here, and you could play on this boost spot, and you could see the East walk up and off this double walk up.
Yeah,
Or you could even flank catwalk. So like, PC is a pretty pillar spot for East or armory attacks. It's like the middle piece.
Yeah. And if any kind of duos play this, where do you think, how can teammates kind of help you if you're playing in CC?
Oh, okay, good. That's actually good. So most teams reinforce both the armory walls, maybe like in plat, plat below Elo.
Yeah,
so
I think people
instead
see
of reinforcing
head
both,
right?
you get the right wall. And so if you want to have a duo with this, you can run in a BP or a Maestro or Rooney BP. You place it right here, and your teammate could play on this armory wall or play back half wall, cycle the BP, and he could see all the way out here, and this guy walking up CC window and kill him. Y'all could work together with the info, and your zombie could also run out off the info as well. Your teammate can call out, hey, he's walking up, and you free fire. With the barbed wire and the BP, you have enough info for the CC guy to be uncomfortable over here.
Yeah, this is definitely going to elevate a lot of people's ranked gameplay. So you heard it from one of the best zombie players in the world.